this is Big Bang Bot, and today I will be reviewing Crash Bandicoot 2 Cortex Strikes Back for the Sony PlayStation. I am continuing my Crash Bandicoot month, so let's play this game! The story of this game takes place right after the original. Well, this scene anyway. We see a power crystal. We never saw those in the first game. Who does Cortex think he is? Homer Simpson? Then it's 1 year later. And now the real plot begins. Basically the plot is that Cortex is back. And he wants the power crystals. And the main power crystal is 25 slave crystals. And Cortex wants them to rule the world. So Cortex teases Crash, thinking that he needs them to help the environment. But he's lying, and Crash would later find out about this with his new sister called Coco. Well, for some reason they removed Tana. Some people say it's because of sex appeal. The original game was made for kids. Well, kids were playing the first game. There's Coco. A cool thing is that if you watch the intro, you get an extra stage. This brings us to the controls. The controls in this game are simple. You press the X button to jump. You press the square button to spin. And to slide, which is a new feature which wasn't in the original, you press either circle or R1. You can also jump while sliding, which makes you do a big jump, and you can also spin while sliding. Sliding makes you go faster. Spinning, sliding, sliding and jumping, spinning and sliding. You can also slam into the ground. Basically, press the slide button while jumping. Well, it's a belly flop. So that's the basic controls. If you watch, like I said, if you watch the intro, you get this extra 0 stage. Here you get an Aqua, extra lives, plus a couple of Whompers. The box system is much more faithful than it was in the original, because you can actually get a gem after you died. You could in the first game, but if you reach a checkpoint, you couldn't. So it's more generous with the gem system. The game has the same boxes as the original, like the normal boxes, the question mark boxes, the TNT boxes, and it introduces a new box, the nitro crates. If you touch it, no matter what way you touch it, you get hit. So it's basically like walking into a normal enemy. It hurts you. As well as the white question mark boxes, there's also green question mark boxes which destroy all the nitros in the level. So that means you don't have to commit suicide hitting nitro crates. Kinda cool, isn't it? Instead of having world maps like the first game, the game uses a warp zone. Well, not a warp zone, just a home world, where you can travel through level to level. It's also kind of glitchy. For example, in the first place, you can slide under this thing. If you thought that was glitchy, you can jump higher and higher and have some fun. You're above the level. If you thought that was glitchy, in the second level, in the second world, there's a polar bear. Keep jumping on him and you'll get extra lives. A new thing in this game is collecting all the power crystals. Once you've collected them all, you can go to the boss. This adds a bit more collecting into the game, as well as having gems. Some levels have 2 gems, a normal gem and a coloured gem. footage on my PS3, so I can't show you all the bosses. I have more progress on my PS2, but since this is all I have on my PS3, I can't really go through the bosses, and it's hard to record off my PS2 because of the angle I have to shoot the camera. Now, where are my extra lives, you stupid polar bear? He won't give me them. What a stupid polar bear. As well as the 5 normal worlds, there's also a bonus world, which you find by finding secret exits in each level. Well, it's not in every level, but it's in some levels. Now, how is anyone back in the day supposed to figure that out unless they like messing around? It has secret passageways to older levels, but it also has 2 new levels, which are very difficult. Speaking of the game's difficulty, it is still pretty hard, but it's not as hard as the first. The controls are better as well. One reason being that you can use the analog stick. Well, in my original PS1 copy, I can. So don't complain if it doesn't work, because it works with mine. Okay? Replacing the hog levels that were in the first game, you get polar bear levels. There are about 3 of these in the game. Correct me if I'm wrong. This is the 26th level. And it is hard. Riding the polar bear is fun. One reason is that you can actually speed up when you're on the polar bear. But it's only for a limited time, which sucks. Getting all the boxes in this level is hard. Ah, look at that polar bear. He's cute. The graphics in this game are better than the original. Well, surely the shadowing has been dumbed down. But the rest of the graphics are upgraded and they look better than they did before. Like the character design and the level design is better. The music in this game is awesome. Now this is level 13, one of the polar bear levels. I'll let you listen to the awesome music. Are there any problems with this game? Not really. The game is still hard, but nowhere near as hard as the original. The thing I love doing most in this game is doing this glitch. Seriously, how many of you knew that you could do this before? Look, you can even commit suicide or enter a level above the level. Look! I'm gonna enter the 3rd level by going above it! Yay! But if there was one problem I have to make, it would be getting the gems. Now the normal gem system is improved, but it's still hard because there are loads of alternative paths to go, and sometimes you need to go and find a secret exit to get the boxes, which is really mean. Plus, finding the coloured gems can also be annoying. The first coloured gem you find by avoiding all the boxes. Pretty funny task, but the rest contain a bit of searching. I'm pretty sure that there's a gem hiding on a bunch of fake nitro crates. That's annoying. Plus the bonus stage is no longer saved. That's not a problem. It just makes it more pointless to play the bonus stages. You can now save in the Walkman, which is a good thing. Just for you, I'm going to film off my PS2 to show you the bosses in this game. The first boss of the game is the same first boss as in the original. Well, I meant second boss. It's Ripperoo. Ripperoo and Cortex are the only bosses in this game that were in the original. And in this game. Expect to see the others sometime in the series. Some other time in the series. Because don't worry, there are quite a bunch of Crash Bandicoot games. Even though most of them were made by a different company than Naughty Dog, the creators of the original Crash Bandicoot games. Ripperoo is very easy. Once you get used to his pattern, he's not that hard. Even though you may die once or twice. On your first try, he's still easy. The second boss is Komodo Mo and Komodo Joe, basically the Komodo brothers. Now people like this boss, but I'm not a big fan of them. I think it's the weakest boss in the game. Why? Because it's incredibly easy! Well, the concept's cool, but the fight is lame. Plus they give you an Aku Aku when you fight them. Well, it's better than in the first game, where on every boss fight it gave you 2 Aku Akus. What can I say about this boss? Other than it's really easy and I don't like the boss. You fight cool characters, but they barely return in the series. Komodo Joe, well, the Finn one, is in Crash Team Racing, and both of them are in Crash Bash. But I don't think they're in any other Crash games. It's a poor boss, just like Koala Kong, and overall, it's a very easy boss. The next boss is Tiny Tiger, who's awesome. Tiny has appeared in many Crash games since here. He was in the game sequel, Crash Bandicoot Warped, which will be my next review. Crash Team Racing, Crash Bash, Crash the WAF for Cortex, maybe in Crash Twinsanity, Crash Nitro Kart, yes, and Crash Tag Team Racing. He appeared in Crash of the Titans, but they made him so stupid. He's no longer cool. Tiny he is very hard. Expect to die when you fight him. The previous time I fought him, I died like 5 times. Maybe a bit more. I didn't really count. I love this boss though. I mean, seriously, the concept's called, instead of attacking him or getting someone else in battle to attack him, you knock him off the platforms. Disappearing blocks. Like in Mega Man. Well, not exactly like Mega Man, but it's kind of like Mega Man with disappearing blocks. Or falling blocks. Hitting him can be really annoying. But once you win, hallelujah! Crash is going to do his awesome dance, which I'm pretty sure it was introduced in this game. And you would see it a lot in the sequels. The next boss is Engine, who is on Cortex's side a lot in the sequels. Well, in a series, basically. Engine's a cool character. He has this robotic voice, which makes him cool. And I love robots. They're superior to pirates and ninjas, in my honest opinion. People keep mentioning pirates and ninjas as a battle, well, a topic of arguments of which one's better. But they always seem to forget robots. This boss is cool because you're throwing whompers at him. And you're not losing your regular whompers. It would be really annoying if you only had 99 whompers to work with. And hitting him can be annoying. But the pattern of his rockets is very predictable. That was lucky. Sometimes hitting him can be really annoying. I died, which is a shame, really, because now I have to fight the entire boss over, and this boss takes a while to kill. He's no Purple. He's more of a Grim Reaper from Castlevania. It takes a while to beat him. Even though if you had the holy water, you could absolutely destroy the Grim Reaper, and you would die a lot if you didn't make it to that point without that powerful holy water. He gives you the fist when he doesn't even have any arms. How on earth are you meant to do the fist with your elbows? I mean, you're like this! Anyway, carrying on this battle. Sadly, these Whompers don't have turbo fire. So you just have to keep tapping that square button. Don't you just hate button mashing? next attack is very easy to dodge. Just shoot him a couple of times, then jump onto another platform. That easy. It's that easy. Yeah, I beat him! Now we are at the final boss. This game is 25 levels plus 2 extra levels, which gives us to 27 levels. Plus there are 5 bosses, which means that there's the same amount of levels as there is in the first game. The last boss is Cortex. Yeah, Cortex! I'm gonna beat you. Well, it's a chase. So those who hate chases, you're gonna hate this boss. I mean, if you don't kill him fast enough, you instantly lose a life and you have to fight him again. Thankfully, he's not that hard. Just keep up your speed and dodge obstacles and he will die. I mean, seriously, you can die against him. In fact, you probably will die against him. Oh! I mean, it's like when he goes through that, he goes to another dimension. And now he's laughing at you for being too slow. How dare you, Cortex! I'm gonna get you this time. Ha! 1 hit! Well, at least you only have to hit him 3 times. Otherwise, this boss would be hard and annoying. And this music's pretty good. Just like the rest of the music in this game. Come on, Cortex! Let me hit you! Come on! Ah, stupid rock! I mean, seriously, you're invincible when you spin. You can just go through everything, as well as attack Cortex. Come on, Cortex! Slow down! I shot him through the alternative dimension. Yep! We will be seeing you in Warped. And then you get the ending, which is basically Coco telling Crash that, well, the Cortex Vortex still exists. Once again, if you get all the gems, you get the best ending. But I have never beaten this game 100%, like the first game. The first game I used a password to cheat. But in this game, as far as I know, there's no cheat. As well, except for a cheat that lets you play a demo Crash free. That was Crash Bandicoot 2, Cortex Strikes Back. And there's the credits. Big Bang Bot, what are you playing? Crash Bandicoot 2 Cortex Strikes Back. Your second game. Wow, that game's even better than the first! Thanks for reviewing it! You're welcome, Crash. My next review will be Crash Bandicoot Warped for the Sony PlayStation. I hope you enjoyed the